Regions of the United States with Carla. Hi, I'm Carla, and I love to travel. I just got back from an incredible trip to all the regions of the United States. This is my photo album. But before I show you my pictures, let me tell you what a region is. I bet you already know that the United States is a big country with 50 states. The states are in 5 parts of the country called regions. The 5 regions of the United States are the Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, Southwest, and West. It's the United States of America. The Northeast. I started my trip in the Northeast region. It's got 9 states. Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and where I live, New York. But first, I went to Vermont and New Hampshire. In the fall, the trees are covered in a beautiful red, orange, and gold leaves. I even tasted some maple syrup that was made from the sap of maple trees. It was delicious. The next place I stopped was back in New York. I saw crowds everywhere in New York City. More people live there than in any other city in the United States. While I was in the state of New York, I also went to Niagara Falls. Don't take a boat ride too close to the falls, or you'll get soaking wet. In New Jersey, I saw the lab where Thomas Edison invented a light bulb back in the 1800s. Then it was on to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to visit Independence Hall. That's where the founders of our country wrote the Declaration of Independence in 1776. The Southeast. The next region I visited was the Southeast. It's got 14 states, along with an area called the District of Columbia, which is where the capital city of the United States is located. That city is called Washington, D.C. The D.C. stands for District of Columbia. While I was in Washington, D.C., I went on a tour of the White House. That's where the President of the United States lives and works. The states in the Southeast are Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. Next, I went hiking on the Appalachian Trail, and I spotted a black bear in the Great Smoky Mountains in North Carolina. In Alabama, I went on a Marshall Space Flight Center, where people invent and build rockets. Then I visited the Florida Everglades. I saw alligators, dolphins, and pink flamingos. The Midwest. The Midwest region's got 12 states. I'm going to read them to you now. They are Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota. It's home to some of the Great Lakes. I'd never seen lakes that big before. The Midwest is also famous for its many farms, and the milk from cows on dairy farms is used to make yummy cheese. Many other farms grow grains like wheat and corn. Here's a photo I took of Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. The faces of our 4 famous American presidents are carved right into the mountain. Do you see George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln? While I was in the Midwest, I also went to the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, Missouri. The arch marks the place where many pioneers started their journey west in covered wagons. The Southwest. I visited all 4 states in the Southwest region: Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas. In Oklahoma, I saw a lot of oil wells. There were even oil wells right in the capital, Oklahoma City. There are oil wells in Texas, too. But I was even more excited to see all the Texas Longhorn cattle. Can you guess how Texan Longhorns got their name? The Southwest is home to many American Indian tribes. While I was in New Mexico, I visited the Navajo Reservation and saw beautiful jewelry, rugs, and artwork. When I got to Arizona, I went straight to the Grand Canyon. And I learned that it took millions of years for the Colorado River to carve that amazing canyon out of the rock. Afterwards, I went sightseeing in the hot, dry desert. I took pictures of lizards, jackrabbits, and coyotes, and a lot of cactus plants. The West. My trip across the United States ended in the West, and there's 11 states there. There's Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, California, Alaska, and Hawaii. There are amazing sights to see in the West. I like the Great Salt Lake in Utah. This huge lake has water in it that's even saltier than the ocean. And did you know that there are huge forests in the state of Washington? They're part of the beautiful Olympic National Park. While I was in Southern California, I visited some amusement parks and saw places where movies were made. In Northern California, I saw giant redwood trees. California also has a lot of fruit and vegetable farms. Hawaii is actually a group of islands in the Pacific Ocean. I saw lava flowing out of an active volcano when I was there. I ended my trip in the biggest state, Alaska. Alaska is so cold that huge pieces of ice called glaciers cover parts of the state. I took this photo of a polar bear while I was there. Polar bears have thick fur to keep them warm in cold weather. I loved learning about each of the regions that make up the United States. I hope you did too. Look at each picture. See if you can name the region where it was taken. Have fun, everyone. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.